Welcome back to Arsenal News TV, and today we are going to look at the 4 latest Arsenal news. The first Arsenal news is that RAN has confirmed an Arsenal update, as they confirm Declan Rice to Arsenal is already a done deal, as Arsenal look to complete the signing of World Cup England international and West Ham United midfielder Declan Rice. West Ham United midfielder Declan Rice has already chosen Arsenal as his next destination, according to RAN. The Gunners have earmarked the 24-year-old as their priority midfield target, and talks are currently underway with the Hammers to reach an agreement over the transfer fee. Bayern Munich are also interested in the England international, but RAN claim that the German champions are too late in the pursuit, with the player on course to join Arsenal. According to RAN's information, Rice has already informed West Ham owner David Sullivan that he would be only going to Arsenal. An anonymous source around Sullivan's close circle told them. Declan Rice told David Sullivan some time ago that he was only going to Arsenal. This deal has actually been a done deal for some time. Meanwhile, the source added that the Gunners will have to pay €100 million to convince Sullivan to sell Rice. Rice has been a brilliant performer for the Hammers over the years. His strong distribution and ball control in the centre of the park has made him one of the most sought-after midfielders. Arsenal are now in pole position to land his signature. The Gunners are back in the Champions League after a 6-year gap, and qualifying for the competition should boost their transfer plans. Rice should provide an upgrade in Arsenal's midfield next season, and reports claim that the Gunners are also looking into an ambitious approach for Brighton's Moises Caicedo after the January snub. The Seagulls were reluctant to lose Caicedo at any price last winter, but they have a gentleman's agreement to sell the midfielder this summer if they receive a significant transfer offer for his services. If Arsenal can land both Rice and Caicedo, it would be a huge statement. The duo could be the club's long-term midfield pairing. The second Arsenal news is that Esprit Palade has confirmed an Arsenal update, as they confirm he loves Arsenal. President says his striker's agent is trying to make transfer happen, as Arsenal look to complete the signing of France international and Montpellier forward Elye Wahi. Montpellier president Laurent Nicolin has said that Elye Wahi loves Arsenal, adding that the striker's agent is in talks with the Gunners. Arsenal have been linked with Montpellier striker Elye Wahi in the summer transfer window. Footmercato reported on May 31st that Arsenal were planning to make a bid for Wahi. The report claimed that the Gunners and AS Monaco are pushing for the 20-year-old striker. Arsenal have reportedly been following and scouting the youngster for many months now. Nicolin has now said that the France under-21 international loves Arsenal, adding that the striker's agent is in talks with a number of clubs. The Montpellier said, as relayed by Esprit Palade, his agent is talking to 4 or 5 big clubs, and I know who they are, but I won't tell you. We know how much he loves Arsenal. In our view, that Montpellier president Laurent Nicolin has publicly mentioned Arsenal in regard to Elye Wahi suggests that a transfer to the Emirates Stadium in the summer of 2023 could happen. That Wahi loves Arsenal is a boost to the Gunners' chances of landing the youngster. Liverpool have also been linked with the 20-year-old, but if he wants to move to Arsenal, then it would give the Gunners the advantage. Wahi made 29 starts and 4 substitute appearances in League One for Montpellier this past season. The 20-year-old striker scored 19 goals and gave 5 assists in those games. The third Arsenal news is that Fabrizio Romano has confirmed an Arsenal update, as he confirms Arsenal reach second full agreement over new player contract to 2027, as Arsenal look to complete the extension of England international and Arsenal attacker Reiss Nelson. Arsenal and Reiss Nelson now have a full agreement over a new long-term deal lasting until 2027, with an option to extend by a further year. Fabrizio Romano reports that Arsenal have reached a full agreement with Reiss Nelson over a deal lasting until 2027, with an option to extend to 2028. The player has verbally agreed to the new contract, and Arsenal are just waiting for him to sign on the dotted line. Romano adds that the club are hoping the winger signs as soon as possible. To rule out the possibility of another club stealing Nelson away on a free transfer, Sky Sports' Domesh Sheth wrote earlier this week that the final details of Nelson's contract were being sorted, with an agreement in principle already in place. Football London added that talks were progressing positively and were in the final stages, with Arsenal confident the deal could be finalised. That all followed a report from the Daily Mail over the weekend, claiming Arsenal had made a breakthrough. Over a new deal worth significantly more than his current £60,000 a week, Nelson had turned down at least 2 previous offers from Arsenal, and had Brighton, Fulham, Aston Villa, and AC Milan after him. League One club Nice were also previously mentioned as a possible destination, but the boyhood gunner is now set to commit his future to the club where he got his breakthrough. At 23, Nelson's new deal will hopefully take him through to his peak years. Nelson made just 18 appearances and 5 starts for Arsenal so far this season, scoring 3 goals and providing 3 assists. Yet there was always a sense that Mikel Arteta believed in him more than that makes it seem, regularly bringing him up for praise in press conferences unprompted. If it wasn't for Gabriel Martinelli's fantastic form and Nelson's mid-season injuries, perhaps he would have been much more involved in 2022-23. Assuming he signs, he'll now get the chance to prove he can be a regular. The final Arsenal news is that Turkish journalist Rızat Kanozbudak has confirmed an Arsenal update, as he confirms Arsenal ready to use player who could have been another William Saliba in swap deal, as Arsenal look to complete the signing of France international and Galatasaray defender Sacha Boey. Arsenal are set to be busy this summer in building a squad ready for the Champions League next year. Arsenal are working on signing a number of targets in the summer transfer window in an attempt to build on from their scintillating 2022-23 season. Signing West Ham captain Declan Rice is the priority, Football.London understands, while acquiring more depth in midfield and defence is also seen as an important task. Defensively, some of Arsenal's targets include Mark Gorhi, Edmund Tapsoba, Mohamed Samarkan, Ivan Fresneda, and João Cancelo. Advanced discussions are yet to begin for any player, but 2 of those names being Arsenal players come the end of the summer window is certainly a possibility. Eyebrows were raised in 2021 when Arsenal sent Saliba out on loan again, this time to Marseille. The defender had also expressed some frustration at not being given a chance at the Emirates, but Arsenal were adamant they were making the right call at the time to let Saliba gain more experience. His incredible debut season at Arsenal has now set the benchmark for teams looking to utilise the loan market. And Arsenal will have been hoping they were onto something with Tavares following in Saliba's footsteps by being sent to Marseille last summer. The left-back struggled to impress in his debut campaign at Arsenal, providing cover for Kieran Tierney. According to Turkish journalist Rızat Kanozbudak, Tavares has held talks with Galatasaray over a potential summer move. It's been suggested that Tavares joining the Turkish side could help Arsenal in their hopes to sign Boey. Tavares is currently competing in the Under-21s European Championship with Portugal, meaning his future will not likely be solved until after the tournament. Boey is seen as a top target for the Gunners, with Arteta keen to bring in more cover for Ben White next season. Do you know the Arsenal news on William Saliba? You will enjoy this video on your screen too.